Jibu equips entrepreneurs to launch safe drinking water franchises in East Africa. So the reality facing East Africa is that there's a slowly increasing general access to raw water, but access to safe water is still virtually non-existent for the bottom 90% of the population, even in the urban places where we operate. The 3.4 million people die every year as a result, and sadly, even worse than this is about half of all development sector water projects fail within 2 to 3 years, primarily because of a lack of local ownership and proper incentives on the ground. So the lack of opportunity for ownership spread beyond just the water sector. Unemployment rates are astronomical. There's a greater than 85% unemployment rate among youth in some of the places in which we're operating. And the general trend seems to be that the private sector sticks to company-owned models, while the non-governmental sector generally does not have an organically profitable business model to offer to local entrepreneurs. So our solution is to address the systemic roots of these issues and give co-invested entrepreneurs a unique opportunity for really an eye-to-eye partnership. So we finance and support entrepreneurs to launch organically profitable drinking water franchises. We provide not only the generous financing, but a full business in a box that is a full turnkey package of all the necessary tools and then the ongoing support that entrepreneurs need to launch, and then 100% own drinking water franchises. So beyond this goal, we're background. We hope to develop the smart social entrepreneurs that will ultimately lead the development of East Africa in this middle.
Galen, we're having a hard time hearing you.
Creation of size enterprises. So what does the box look like? It really is everything that an entrepreneur needs.
Galen, we're unable to hear you.
Hello, is this better?
Say something else.
Hallie, can you hear me?
A little bit better, yes.
Yeah, I guess can you hear me?
Oh no, we
You can't hear
can't.
me. Okay.
Do you want to try to call in on your cell phone? Oh, now you're offline. I apologize for these technical difficulties.
Okay.
Now you might try Skype.
Yeah, that's what I'll do. Galen, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Galen, can you hear me? Galen, if you can hear me, what I can do is I can call you on your cell phone over Skype if you'd like. So you can present through Skype. Galen?
Okay, I just got a message that says audio connection restored.
Okay, we can hear
me now.
We can hear you better now. If you try again, if it goes bad again, what I'll do is call you on your cell phone through Skype, and then you can speak through Skype.
Okay. Okay, perfect.
We didn't hear the majority of the last slide the presentation of the last slide. All right, Galen, I'm gonna move to Skype.
Hey, Haley, it might help. It might help also if all of us mute ourselves because there's some feedback coming that may be.
Yeah, there's a few people that are. Galen.
I'm on that now, but it's still both of them. Looks like both of them are down.
It's still a little choppy. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna call you on your cell phone.
I'll start over there.
You have access on your cell phone.
So the business in a box that we're providing is a lot more than just the water treatment system. It's the full turnkey package, really everything the entrepreneur needs to start this safe water franchise. So it's yes, I can hear you. Hello?
Hi, Galen.
Hey, okay.
So what we're gonna do is you can control your slides through that, and then you're on Skype. If you can, I'm gonna mute you on Skype, and then if you can turn your cell phone up as loud as you can do your audio through here.
Okay.
Oh no, that's not loud enough.
So I turned my. Wait, so you want me to turn my cell phone up if I the speaker of my computer?
No, so I can hear your voice just as loud as possible, because what I'm doing is you're presenting through me onto the GoToMeeting through Skype.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so is this loud enough if I talk at this volume?
Are people able to hear him?
I cannot.
You cannot. Okay. Is there any way for you to speak louder or turn up your cell phone louder?
Okay, it's on maximum volume. Here, let me put the phone to my ear. Maybe it'll be louder than the headset. Is this louder?
That is much better. Yes.
Howie?
Yep.
Does this sound louder?
That sounds louder. Can everyone hear him now?
It's much.
Panel, can we hear him?
I can hear him.
Okay. Galen.
I can barely hear too.
Awesome. So let's go back a few slides. So you can still control the slides through your computer if you'd like. And go back to the last slide and start over with that slide.
Okay. With the one I'm on currently?
The one before that, we weren't able to hear most of it from the one before.
Okay, so I'll start over from this one?
So the slides are no longer changing. Would you like me to control your slides?
Oh no, yeah, just go ahead and control them, because I just changed them a few times, so it must be my connection so slow that it's not working. So
don't worry about it.
Go to whichever slide I'm on that you heard last, and I'll just start from there.
Okay.
Okay.
Hold on 1 second. I'm just gonna open.
I just described some of the problems.
Yes, go ahead and you can, if you'd like to talk. I just have to pull up your slide deck.
Okay, no problem.
Because the last one I downloaded, I think, is a little old.
Okay. Is everyone on slide 3, Jibu solution?
Hold on 1 minute, and I'm getting it up. We were ahead of schedule and our last presentation canceled. So we're ready to go, guys. It's okay.
Thanks for finding out a creative way to make it work.
No problem. No problem.
On the phone, old fashioned.
This isn't my first time at the rodeo. Sorry for the delay. I think the version of your slide deck that I had stored on my laptop is an old deck. So I'm getting the new one.
Oh, no.
That's okay.
You want me to email it to you right now?
I'm downloading it off group site right now.
Okay. Yeah, it's good you're going to the slides because I'm getting constant messages from GoToMeeting that the connection's lost and the connection's regained, so I probably wouldn't be able to manage the slides either.
It is all right. Don't worry. We understand. Totally. Are you getting some audio?
Yeah, I can't. It must just be the bandwidth required with so many people on a call. Maybe just the internet here just can't handle it or something. Maybe.
Absolutely. I'm sorry, and this is just taking a second to download.
No problem.
Thank you for bearing with us, everyone. I appreciate it.
So is everyone that's in GoToMeeting actively participating in the call? Or yeah, how's that working?
They are not. Most people are just listening in, and we have the three panelists for you. We have John Lovett, Michael White, and Steve is here to give some feedback, and Preetha Ram as well. So, and Tony, and we have 5 people on the call that are going to give some feedback, and Tony as well. So I'm at the context East Africa crisis. So let's start from there. Can everybody see?
Okay, so it looks like, well, I guess mine's just not going to be off. So I'll just have to trust you to be on the right slide.
So you just if you're looking at your own slides, just please tell me when you want me to switch slides.
Yeah, I'll just,
okay.
Okay, perfect. So let's start again with the context.
All right, great.
Okay, so Jibu, what we do is we equip entrepreneurs to launch safe drinking water franchises in East Africa. So the situation in East Africa right now is that there's a slowly increasing general access to raw water, but access to safe drinking water is still virtually non-existent for about 90% of the population, even in the urban context where we're focused. So 3.4 million people die every year as a result. And more specifically, we're addressing the issue that about half of all development sector water projects fail within 2 to 3 years, primarily because there's a lack of local ownership and proper incentives on the ground. So the lack of opportunity for local ownership spreads beyond the water sector. Unemployment rates are astronomical, greater than 85% in some of the places where we operate. And the trend has been that the private sector sticks to company-owned models, while the non-governmental sector generally does not have an organically profitable business model to offer to local entrepreneurs. We can go on to slide 3, Hallie. So Jibu's solution is to address the systemic roots of the opportunity crisis and the water crisis by giving co-investment entrepreneurs a real eye-to-eye partnership opportunity. So we finance and support entrepreneurs to launch organically profitable drinking water franchises. In addition to financing, we provide a full business-in-a-box package of the necessary tools and then the ongoing support that our entrepreneurs need to launch and 100% own a successful drinking water business. So even beyond this, our goal is to equip and develop entrepreneurs into smart social entrepreneurs that will ultimately lead and grow the small and medium-sized enterprises that will fill the missing middle in East Africa. We can go to slide 4, Jibu in a box. So what we're actually providing in the Jibu in a box is a water treatment system, water storage tanks, bottles, a small delivery vehicle, marketing, step-by-step business plan, really everything that the entrepreneur needs as a turnkey startup package to start the safe water franchise. So each franchise, the unique value proposition or it's designed to be hyper-local and hyper-efficient. So each franchise is focused on just a 2-kilometer radius. And by focusing on just that local neighborhood, it mitigates the distribution cost of distributing bottled water. Then water can be sold direct to consumer and take out the middleman markup. And then we can also use returnable plastic bottles, so there's no plastic waste, and customers can pay for only water rather than plastic waste. We can go on to slide 5, market context. So this is a map of the alternatives, of some of the alternatives, and how Jibu differs. We don't have time to go through all of this, but I think for some of you that have a water sector background, it would be interesting to study, to go through this more in depth after the presentation. I think the top 5 or 6 are the most important, probably. Independently owned, affordable, convenient, safe, good taste. I think every single one of these factors is absolutely critical to a water business being successful. So opting to not have one of these is like not having a steering wheel on a car, or opting to not have seats or something. It's I think every independent element is really crucial for market uptake and success. Our primary competitor is in the top row, the first column to the right, boiled water. We see that as the primary alternative that we're facing in our target market. So Jibu water is cheaper than the cost of boiling. It's just the cost you pay in charcoal to boil water. And it's more convenient because it's doorstep delivery. That's the major value proposition to the consumers that we're offering. So we can go to slide 6. So to date, we have franchises in 3 countries. We're in Rwanda, Uganda, and DR Congo. We think we have a lot of the processes in place and the quality control needed to have consistent product and consistent taste. We have validation that aspirational packaging works. That's a really important component of our model. Is we decided to bottle water rather than just treat it and distribute or have consumers come and fill jerry cans themselves. And that's because there's then a class association and an aspirational quality associated with bottled water because it's then only affordable to the top 10% of the market in East Africa. So by piggybacking that class association and positioning, we're tapping into an organic market pull and recognition that bottled water is safer and different than tap water. And then I think the most compelling validation that we've had so far is the viral interest to own a franchise that we're finding. So we have a pretty impressive waiting list of qualified, mission-minded entrepreneurs who are really excited to launch a Jibu franchise. And I think, again, it's because we're unique in offering them a true ownership opportunity for something that is profitable and also meeting a need that they face, virtually everyone, 90% of the market faces on a daily basis from the lack of safe water access. And price points is another key validation we found. Originally, we were coming at a much lower price point, and our local partners said it was so low that it wouldn't be priced reasonableness in the local market. So we've actually found that there's more demand with a slightly higher price point than with a lower price point, even though we're still less than the cost of boiling. We can go on to slide 7, milestones and goals. So our overall goal is to launch 24 new businesses, 12 in Rwanda and 12 in Uganda, over the coming year. And the rest of these are milestones that are really qualifiers to that overarching goal. And I think we're on track for all of these things. So 2,000 liters per day per franchise. Within a month, actually, we're already going to be there. In Uganda and Rwanda, where we're focusing. We decided not to grow or scale in DR Congo this time because I don't think they're ready yet. We can go on to slide 8. I'll start going a little quicker because I think we're on time otherwise. So how we're structured is 3 tiers. There's Jibu Corporate, which is Ian Howells, our CFO, Randy Welsh, co-founder, and my father, actually, and then our pro bono staff and advisory team, regional developers who will be ultimately growing the total number of franchises, and then franchisees who are single unit owner-operators on the ground of each franchise. So our plan for next year is to go forward with the 2 regional developers we have and have each of them launch 12 new franchises. We can go on to slide 9, impact by 2020. So you can see that our impact goes a lot further than just making safe water radically affordable. We're using zero energy. We're completely solar, and we'll save over 52 million kilos of charcoal. In addition to the water that we don't take from the grid, that charcoal would have been used to boil water. And then livelihoods, I think, is a really important impact that we care about. When people aren't spending the time getting water, when the air they're breathing is clean, when local community members have meaningful employment, and when we can serve the poorest community members with hygiene and sanitation classes through our water club, which also provides water subsidies to make it even more affordable for that population. I think the livelihoods in each of these local Jibu neighborhoods will increase all around, and we're really just doing a in-depth focus on each of these 2 to 3 kilometer areas around each store. We can go on to slide 10. So a little bit about the financials. A franchise will turn over about $50,000 US a year, and we anticipate being paid back for a total upfront investment over 2.5 years as the franchisee pays us back on a lease to own. That's our primary revenue driver, is the interest we make on the lease that we give. We give a whole sort of package as a lease. So after the lease is paid off, there's a perpetual franchise fee, and the franchise operates like an annuity. So that makes sense for the Jibu corporate tier and also the regional developer tier. An important thing to note here is that we actually started Jibu with the financial model, and we built the business and operations around those financials. So we did it sort of backwards in a way where is there a way to make to create this ownership model and the proper incentives aligned across all levels of operation, and also to make to put something profitable in the water sector, and then from there we worked back to build up the operation. So I'd love to talk more in depth about the financials and pro forma if anyone would like to later here if we have time. So we can go on to slide 11, funding requirements. So we're getting near to a close for a 2.5 million Series A, and that will be our operating budget for the next 2 years and allow us to launch 24 new franchises in the next year. But I think primarily it will get us to an adequate cash flow that will allow us to raise only debt instruments from here on out. And then we have a unique opportunity from USAID for a matching grant. We're in the final negotiations with that of up to $1 million in non-dilutive capital and that will significantly help with de-risk for the investment for private investors. So we can go on to slide 12 and just zip through. This is a little bit about our teams. I'll just skip this section. We can talk about it later, just so I have a chance to hear from all of you. So we can go on to slide 13. So in summary, Jibu provides asset financing and support to equip entrepreneurs to launch profitable franchises that we believe are capable of ending the water crisis. We have proof of concept at the unit level of single franchises, and we now have the opportunity to get proof of concept as to how quickly we can scale and grow. So, creation of local business ownership, permanent access to safe water, and then ultimately organic growth of impact through revenues generated is really the opportunity. So our plan is to launch, again, 2020 businesses in Uganda and Rwanda, and this will require strategic planning, top talent staffing, equipment and materials, and better supply chain management, financial support, among other things. On to the last slide, 14. The best way to really dig deeper and get more information is to join the investor Dropbox. And there's a link there on the bottom right corner of the slide. It goes in depth with, with the whole business model, with a pro forma, and a lot of other processes and operations. So, I'm excited to hear your constructive feedback